Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So as you can see from the title, in today's reading we're going to be finding out if the person you're thinking about is missing you and if they're going to be reaching out to you. So we have 4 readings to choose from today. I'm going to show you each of the crystals one by one, and then please pick the one that you feel the most drawn to. So number 1 is Lapis Lazuli. Number 2 is Pyrite. Number 3 is Bloodstone. And number 4 is Sunstone. Okay, so as always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to. I'm going to go ahead and get started with number 1. Hi number ones, so if you chose the Lapis Lazuli, this is going to be your reading. So I've already laid the cards out here. This reading is going to be pretty simple. I just have 2 rows of cards to answer the questions. Does your person miss you, and are they going to come back to you? So I'll start with the row up here. Yes, I can definitely see that the person you're asking about misses you. With this 5 of Pentacles card, it's pretty clear to me. This represents a feeling of loss, a feeling of loneliness. So there is this sort of feeling of being lost without you, feeling left out, not knowing how to get back into that warm and cozy house, and just feeling very cold and alone. So this is a definite yes for me. And with the Page of Cups as well, this cup that the page is holding, it does represent feelings. It represents love or affection. So there are definitely still feelings there for you. I think that this Page of Cups is representing your person. So what I can say about them is that they are quite sweet. They are quite sensitive. Coming through as the page, it can be somebody who is a little bit inexperienced, when it comes to love and relationships. They might still have a lot of work to do, a lot of maturing to do. And one thing I'm especially picking up about them is that they might be the type, like they really like the, the sweet and happy and cute moments of the relationship, like the very affectionate honeymoon phase, that sort of energy. Basically, they like all the happy stuff, all the easy stuff about love and relationships. But when it comes down to the practical issues, when it comes to confronting problems that you have with each other, or solving conflict between the two of you, that's when they can sort of start to get cold feet and become kind of avoidant, like running away from the conflict. This Page of Cups doesn't really like confrontation or conflict. They just want to keep things sweet. So maybe what happened is that you guys had a little bit of a disagreement, or you confronted them about something, and from your perspective, it could have been easily solved. You could have talked things through in a mature and healthy way, but then all of a sudden, this person switched on you. Maybe they started acting weird. They started acting distant. They may have even, actually ran away or ghosted you because that confrontation was too much for them. And now they're feeling quite left out. They're feeling quite lonely. And I definitely think with the Moon card as well, that this separation between the two of you right now is a result of some inner issue that they have, something within them that they need to work on. It's generally an anxiety or an insecurity when it comes to love that they haven't really worked through. And with the Moon, oftentimes the person who is harboring this issue can't really see it. Because the Moon is, hidden. It's in the subconscious. So I feel like they have this inner work to do. They have this issue to solve within themselves that they don't actually notice. And then with the 3 of Cups, this sort of all comes together for me. Perhaps a pattern that this person has. When conflict arises in their relationships, rather than looking within, looking for their own accountability and what needs to change within, they might be the type to kind of quickly project that onto the relationship and just move on to the next one, expecting things to be different with the next person, but they just keep encountering the same dynamic again and again because it's an inner issue. And I thought that with the Three of Cups, because this can represent a third party situation, like another person coming in. So it may be that the person you're asking about has tried to be involved with other people or has tried to move on to another person, thinking that they have escaped the conflict that they experience with you, when actually they're going to continue to encounter this because, like I said, it's an inner issue. It's an unconscious issue within them. I think that they haven't come to that realization yet. But yes, the answer is that they do miss you. It's just kind of there's something they haven't figured out. There's something they're not seeing. But I can say from the second row, we do have some positive news here. With the Empress card, I do think this is representing you. And this really looks to me like one of those absence makes the heart grow fonder situations. I think they are really going to feel your absence. They're really going to see the value in what they had with you and your inherent value as well, and really feel what they lost. The Empress, she is like, and genders doesn't matter here, but she is the embodiment of all the queens. She is beautiful, she is loving, she is kind, generous, patient, abundant. She's like everything you could want in a partner, in a companion, whether it's a male or a female. There's so much love and warmth and beauty radiating from her. And so much, she's so precious, she's so valuable. I think that being away from you and also starting to realize the pattern going on with them, they'll start to realize like, okay, there's something I got to work on, because I should have been able to work things out with this Empress. And so I do think in the future some switch is going to go off for them where they understand, okay, this is a personal issue, this is a me issue. I have to learn how to be okay with confrontation and conflict and be willing to overcome that with my partner. I can't, keep running away and expecting a perfect sunshine and rainbows relationship all the time. Like, it's time for this page to grow up. He can keep his romanticism and his idealism and his sensitivities, but he also has to accept the practical part of relationships, the part that takes effort, because within that it shows a respect for your partner. The desire to grow and build something together, that's respect, that's commitment. Conflict doesn't mean the relationship is bad. It means you can grow together. And I think because of how much they miss you, they're going to come to this realization. Now, I will say it looks like it's going to be difficult for them at first, because this is, as you can see, the Five of Wands. It represents an inner conflict. So now someone who has, come to avoid confrontation in different situations, now they're confronting themselves head on. They're confronting their weaknesses, their insecurities, their bad habits, their negative thought patterns. They're confronting it all. And you can think of all of these guys as those things battling it out in their head, pulling them in every which way. It's like they have so much to work on and they don't know where to start. They don't know how to approach it. And I think that's something we all deal with when it comes to healing and inner work. It's difficult. It's literally like you're fighting with your mind, because your mind is so used to operating in this negative way, and you have to go in there and kind of wrestle with it. And that's something we all deal with, but I think it might be particularly difficult for the person you're asking about, because like I said, I don't think they're super experienced when it comes to these things. But This card is followed by the Two of Cups, and this is really, really positive. The Two of Cups is about reciprocation, mirroring, partnerships. These two people are equals. So this is telling me that they will step up to match you. They will do their inner work. They will come out victorious from this inner battle. They'll do the healing that they need to do. They'll identify whatever was hiding in this Moon card and stop this pattern and realize where their heart truly lies, where they really want to come back to. And so you finish with this beautiful Two of Cups card, where you're matching each other, where you're reciprocating each other's feelings. And there's a level of intimacy with this card too. I look at, I think, the snakes intertwining here. You're becoming closer, your bond is becoming deeper. You can see into each other more. So whatever conflicts arise in the future, you can work through them together. And now they will be ready and willing to do that with you. So they've learned a very important lesson. And then your final card is the Four of Wands. This is joy, celebration. This is union. This can also be a wedding card if you were considering to go that far with this person, but if not, just disregard that. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. But I will say that both of these cards are very highly indicative of a soulmate connection, a long-term connection that can blossom into something very happy and very beautiful. I love that this is your final card because there's just so much joy here. There's so much joy. So yes, they miss you. Yes, they are going to come back. I would say if you chose this pile to just be patient, because it is a very important lesson that they're learning. But I do think for this person it is worth the wait, because the Page of Cups, he grows into the King of Cups, and the King of Cups is like, oh my gosh, so sweet, so nurturing, so generous, so compassionate, so emotive and expressive, intuitive. I just, I got a thing for the water signs, so yeah, the King of Cups is a wonderful, wonderful partner. And again, gender doesn't matter, whether it's a man or a woman. When they are in their highest, when they have become their highest self, it will be King of Cups energy. Yes, so you have a great future to look forward to in this relationship. So I'm going to end the reading there. Thank you very much for letting me read for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching. Please take good care of yourself. Stay well, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Hi, number twos. So if you chose the Pyrite, this is going to be your reading. So I've already laid the cards out here. I'm going to keep this reading pretty simple. Just 2 rows of cards to answer the questions. Does your person miss you? And are they going to be reaching out to you? So I'll start with the top row here. For this pile, I am going to say yes. Yes, this person does miss you. Now with this Queen of Swords card here, I do think that this person being silent, not communicating with you, or keeping their distance from you is a conscious decision that they're making. It is intentional. I often read this Queen of Swords card as a cutting off in relationship situations or in no contact situations. So yes, I do think that they are purposely not talking to you, but they're really holding themselves back. So it's like they miss you and they want to reach out, but they made a point not to do so. Both of these cards here, the Strength and the Eight of Swords, give me that feeling. The Strength card, it is about, enduring. It's about holding back on your emotions. And especially with the imagery of this card with the lion here, I feel that it could be this person is too proud to reach out to you. So this could be for a couple of reasons. One could be that they messed up and they know it and they hurt you and they're too proud to admit that the falling out was their fault. They're too proud to apologize, or it could be that they're the one who made the decision to break things off, and they're too proud, to come crawling back and say, I made a mistake. I actually do want to be with you. I just think with this Leo lion here, regardless of whether or not they are a Leo, this lion represents pride. And then there's even more Leo energy here with the sun. So I do think they're kind of battling with that emotion when it comes to reaching out with you. And the other thing with the Eight of Swords, this is restraint. This is holding back, as you can see, but it is self-inflicted. It's a mental thing. So it's not like they can't reach out to you. I think, unless you blocked them or something, I think they pretty easily could reach out and say, hey, can we talk? I was wrong. I'm sorry. It's not that big of a deal, but they are restraining themselves from doing that. Like mentally, they can't really bring themselves to do it. And now we get to the Sun card. So I feel that this person may be trying to show you that they're doing so well, that they're like as carefree as this little naked baby. Like they're just living their best life. They're totally over you. Like, maybe they're posting a bunch of stuff on social media to make it look like they're having a good time, or, writing stuff that would imply that they've moved on from you, that they're doing really well. I was just thinking, if you're watching this at the time of upload, I don't know how they're gonna, they can't take pictures that they're partying or something. So, but maybe there's some way they're trying to show you that. If this is someone you see in person, they may act like, oh yeah, I'm totally fine, I don't care. They're trying to portray this very bright and happy image to you, as if they don't care and they don't want to reach out to you. But I can see that it is actually, they're hurting quite a bit from it. They're having quite a hard time, holding back, but this is the decision that they made. And okay, let's go down to the second row, because we want to see if they are going to reach out to you. And for this as well, I do think this is a yes, because I see the World card here. To me, this is something coming full circle, something being completed, something being accomplished. And in a relationship reading, it does show that the person you're asking about does have feelings for you, or does return those feelings to you. And I'm getting the feeling that this person they won't really address what happened directly. I don't feel like you're going to get as much satisfaction out of their return as you were hoping for, because we do have the 10 of Wands here. The 10 of Wands is like a burden. It's like you're carrying all the stress and everything that went wrong in the relationship, and maybe you guys are hoping for them to come back and say look, I'm sorry, I messed up. I will take some of these wands from you. I'll take some of this burden for you, so that you don't have to, pick up all the pieces of this connection. It's like you want them to come and let's work on it together. And I do think they're going to reach out. I just don't think that they're going to, I don't think they will do anything differently, or they won't have changed as much as you hoped. They won't really come back with a solid offer, because I do kind of see you still carrying these wands. And if you were to get back in a relationship or in a connection with this person, whatever it was, I think you would sort of run into the same issues. So their coming back to you is purely just because they miss you. It's not like I changed, I can make things better. It's just like, oh, I miss you, I want to talk to you. And so now we get into this Hermit energy. I think you are being called to think twice, or to give some serious consideration when this person does come back, if you want to reconnect with them. Think about everything that you guys have been through, and then think about how they handled themselves when you guys split, how they acted when you guys weren't together. Like, think about all of that and think about what you really want in a partner, and if you really want to take this person back. Now, of course, you absolutely can if you want to, but it looks like the cards are kind of just suggesting you to think about it. You know, the Hermit, it is about taking some time alone to contemplate, and yes, more specifically in a love reading or in a relationship reading, it's this card like, is this person really what I want? Or am I just, you know, hoping that they're going to change into something that I do want? And I do have a feeling with the Four of Cups as well that there is something better out there for you. You see this guy, he's staring at the 3 cups in front of him. Maybe he feels dissatisfied with them, he feels bored, or he feels upset with them. You know, he's sitting there with his arms folded. He doesn't look too happy. And Spirit is here with this new blessing saying, oh, I have a different cup if maybe you wanted to try out a new cup. And you're just sitting there like, what am I going to do with this person? What am I going to do? Spirit's like, you could take this other thing. So maybe there's somebody, and you may already know them, or they're coming into your life very soon. Somebody that would be a much better match for you, who can be, you know, more open with their emotions, more willing to put in a joint effort to make the relationship work. I just feel like this person is a little bit too proud, you know, from them like not owning up to whatever it is they did, to then, you know, even though it was probably their fault that things split up, that's what it's looking like, to then, you know, go to the lengths to be like, oh, I'm fine, that didn't affect me. Like, aren't you gonna reflect a little bit? Aren't you gonna reflect on what you did a little bit? So I feel like it's almost like, I don't know if it's that they're not taking it seriously or what, or they're trying to avoid something within themselves, but I just think that there is a much better connection out there for you. Someone who's going to share the burden of these wands with you in a very fair way. Like, you carry 5, they'll carry 5. And whenever one of you guys like fall down, whenever you mess up, you're there to help each other up. You take accountability. I think that is what Spirit is trying to give you. And sometimes before we get what we really need, what we really want, we experience the opposite first to provide some contrast. So I do feel that maybe that is what this connection was for you. I just don't really see this person like stepping up and, you know, taking their fair share of the effort in the relationship. And I, of course, want you guys to find someone who will do that. So just think about it. Just think about it. The Hermit is just asking you to think about it. Give it some time, because they are going to come back, and you want to be prepared to make the right decision. Okay, so I'm going to end the reading there. Thank you very, very much for letting me read for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching. Please take good care of yourself. Stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye! Hi, number 3s. So if you chose the Bloodstone, this is going to be your reading. So I've already laid the cards out here. I'm going to keep this reading pretty simple. We have 2 rows of cards to answer the questions. Does your person miss you? And are they going to come back to you? So we'll start with the top row here to find out what's going through their head right now. So the first card we have is the Star. Now, I do think the person you're asking about is someone that is really, really special to you, like really unlike the rest. I feel this person probably has made you feel things that you've never felt for anyone else before. They're like a dream come true. or being able to be with them would be like a dream come true. And I also feel a lot of you have been, wishing and hoping for this connection to come through or to come back for quite some time. I do think that this is mutual to some degree, but from their end, it almost feels more like the connection is too good to be true somehow. But I think a lot of you guys who chose this pile, like, you will not settle for anyone else. Like, it's like you're fixed on this North Star, on this beacon of hope. This is the one, this is the person you want. This is it. The star is often indicative of a twin flame connection. I'll just put that out there in case any of you are going through that journey, because the energies here do look pretty intense. We have 4 major arcana coming through. As for whether or not this person misses you, more than that, I'm seeing that they're just really going through some stuff right now. I think more than missing you or not missing you, they're just exhausted. They're drained. They might be going through a dark night of the soul right now, actually, because this looks pretty scary, I have to say. Obviously, you can see this person is just totally defeated. They're totally exhausted with their life, whatever the circumstances are. It's like they can't take it anymore. And this card, to me, it kind of looks like a death of the old self, like the life that they're living, the person that they've been living as, like, they don't want to do it anymore. And so they're in a very confused place, because it's like, where do I go from here? What do I want? Who am I? You don't get to this state overnight, right? It's not like all 10 swords go into your back and then you're dead. You're going through life and then someone puts a sword in your back. You're like, this is fine, I got it. You start to change. You start to act not like yourself. Couple more swords go in. I'm okay. I'm walking a little funny, but I still got it. And then eventually you're dead, because you've been taking on all of these opinions, all of these expectations, all of these standards, maybe from society, maybe just some crap that you made up for yourself. And it's like you can't take it anymore. I feel like, this feels like a dark night of the soul. It's like a death of their old self. And even with the Tower, old things falling away, things that were not built on a solid foundation falling away. And now this feeling of, where do I go from here? And now that I think about it, actually, with the star, through all of this turmoil and all of this chaos, you may be that North Star, the light at the end of the tunnel. I don't know if I would say like they miss you, because it's almost like they don't think they could be with you. It's like, it's a nice dream, like it gives them hope, but they're not hoping too much, if that makes sense. I do think they think about you quite a bit, though. I don't know why I'm not getting a straight, like, they miss you. It's strange. Anyway, this one's a little bit different from the rest, for sure. They're going through something very significant. Significant changes, and it's quite uncomfortable right now. But the Tower, it always leads to more stable things being built in its place. The death of yourself leads to a rebirth of your true self. And, like, I don't want to, alarm anybody. This is just the transformation phase. Is a little bit messy. So let's look at this bottom row of cards now to see if this person is going to come back to you. And yes, this is a very, very strong yes. Right away with the Judgment card. This is like the springtime coming after winter. This is the good news coming, the long-awaited good news. And yes, long-awaited communication, long-awaited answers. Finally you're getting this call. I think like I said, I think you've been waiting for a very long time. You'll be eager to answer this call. And this is a card of awakening as well. So after the dark night comes the awakening. So it's going to be okay. Yeah, this is probably a twin connection. And just so you guys know, because sometimes people ask me, you know, if I say that for every reading or if I say it for other readings. Usually in a video, there's like maybe one pile that I feel twin energy, but it's usually not more than that. So just so you know, I'm not, you know, saying that to everybody. But there's just a lot of significant stuff going on here, you know, and then feeling the magnitude of, like, to see your love interest or to see each other as the star, that's like your hopes and dreams, that's your future, that's your light at the end of the tunnel. And then you have all this darkness followed by this awakening. It really looks like that to me. And this Four of Pentacles is telling you to hold on. I feel like I got this deck called Shadowscapes Tarot, and ever since I got that deck, I always refer to that imagery when I get the Four of Pentacles, because it's just my favorite image of all the decks for this card. It's like a dragon protecting her treasure. And so I just always think of that. It's like, you know the value of what you've found, and you know that it's worth all of this mess that's happening. Maybe you've been through something similar as well, or you are going through it right now. It's very much worth it. Stay strong, stay stable, stay grounded. You got this. You can do this. Hold on to your coins, hold on to your treasure. This is your treasure. You can do it. It's okay. The springtime is coming. The long-awaited news is coming. Your awakening is coming. And finally, there's some stability. While the tower is this unstable, like the tower is falling apart, the ground is shaking, the Emperor, he is rock solid. This can represent you. This can also represent your counterpart. I think you're both coming through with this energy. The Emperor is not afraid of anything. Nothing can hurt him. And he can protect his loved ones as well. Very, very stable. The number 4 is very stable. So for everything you guys have gone through, you're going to come out so strong, and nothing can shake you. Once this tower falls apart and you build the new one on solid ground, like, you're set. Once you get through this dark night, you're so strong. Nothing can stop you. If it's something you want with this person, this can also represent, you know, a secure home, a family, because the Emperor is like the father. He's the protector of the home. So you could be having a family with this person, again, if that's a stage that you're at or something you're thinking about with them. But if not, this is representing a stable, committed relationship. Nothing can get in the way of it. And then you're ending with the 6 of Wands. So this is victory, this is success. And this is also like recognition. So I wonder if some of you guys have not been able to, you know, announce your feelings for each other, or you have not been able to be official or something like this, because there's a meaning of, you know, being seen and being recognized by the people, like putting it out there, flaunting your relationship out there. So that may be something that you can do after all of this. Like, you can proudly say, we made it through, we're together, everybody look at us. It may just be that you're so proud of your relationship that you want to, you know, go out and show it off, but you're prevailing. You're coming out victorious. Yes. And yeah, for this pile, I'm really not getting that feeling of like, it feels like you're in it together, you know? It's not like one person is waiting for the other person to come. It really feels like you're in this together. You're on this path of awakening together. Yeah, this is a twin pile, guys. So yes, as is twin fashion. There's a ton of difficulties here, but there's something very beautiful and very stable in the end, and something for you to be very, very proud of. So my advice for you, just pretend this is the dragon and just protect this treasure, protect this gift. And if you can take away anything from what your counterpart is going through, are there any like elements within you that you feel is part of your old self or part of your false self that you can start to clear away? If there's still some lingering stuff, some stuff that you missed, one by one you can take out those swords. It's time to become your true self. This is the call to awakening. Okay, so I'm going to end that reading there. Thank you very, very much for letting me read for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching. Please take good care of yourself. Stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Hi, number 4s. So if you chose the Sunstone, this is going to be your reading. So I've already laid out the cards here. I'm going to keep this reading pretty simple. We have 2 rows of cards to answer the questions. Does your person miss you, and are they going to come back to you? So let's start with the top row here. Now we do have the Ace of Cups. This is a good sign. It does show that this person likes you, they care about you, they have feelings for you. Of course, with cups representing emotions, and more specifically with this card showing romantic feelings. And normally I would read this as like super positive, they love you, they can't wait to be with you. But we do have this 2 of Swords sitting right next to it that is sort of disrupting its energy. Now, while this does represent emotions, the 2 of Swords represents the mind, the mental aspect of it. So it's like emotionally, yes, they do care for you, they do have feelings for you, but when it comes to making the decision to commit to you or to come back to you, there's sort of 2 minds about it. So it's like this, I like you, but I have feelings for you, but they can't make this decision. You can see the person on this card is blindfolded, and it's like, of course, when we make one decision, we can't see what the other one is going to be. And I think that's something that kind of bothers this person, especially with the 7 of Cups. This is someone who thinks of all the different scenarios, all the different possibilities, even ones that aren't so probable or aren't so relevant. Like, they get so worked up in the what ifs and what could be, and the fantasies that they have. And it's almost in the context of this reading, it's this energy of like, I want it all, and if I choose one way, like, I can't see the rest of the cups, and they don't, like, there's something about that unsettles them. So I'm kind of getting the feeling that this is someone who is a little bit afraid of commitment. They want to keep their options open, and even options that they don't actually have, because the 7 of Cups, it is like an illusion. It's things that, you're preoccupied over something that isn't even real. So it may not even be that this person has, other suitors, other people that they're considering. It's like a what if. Oh, but what if I commit and then there's somebody else? Or what if I commit and then I want to be single again? It's all this like, what if this, what if that? And so this Ace of Cups gets very diluted as we go down the line here, because there's all this indecision, there's all this fantasizing about different possibilities, and it sort of feels like they're viewing this connection as more of an option. So it's kind of difficult for me to say, like, they might miss you, but it's not this energy of them like pining for you and longing to be with you, and more like, yes, I could do that, that would be nice, but like this energy of being of 2 minds. Now I don't want to roast this person at all, but there's the Fool card here, and normally I do read this as a very positive card. It's quite, a free-spirited, leap of faith, taking life as it comes kind of card. But especially in this context, like when you're too open like that, you don't go anywhere, right? So just in the context of this, it's like keeping everything so open-ended that nothing ever really happens. And, this is a personal problem for them, honestly. This is not your problem. I wouldn't want you to feel like you're not enough for this person, or you're not enough in general, or that you've done anything wrong. This is totally a them problem. So, yeah, it's kind of iffy. Like, I could say that they miss you, but I also don't think that it would be wise to expect much from this. Oh my gosh, what was that? My neighbors are banging on something. I don't think it would be wise to expect much from this individual. So let's move down to the second row. Now, as you can see, it does start with the Five of Cups. So this does show loss. This does show disappointment. And so I am feeling inclined to say that this person probably will not come back to you. However, this Five of Cups energy, you can see there's two cups still perfectly upright. It's a loss with a bright side. It's, a temporarily disappointing situation that is ultimately for the best. So it sort of has this energy of crying over spilled milk. Not like, I wanted to say you're not missing out on much, but that sounds kind of mean. I don't want to say that the person isn't much. I just think that what they would offer to you in terms of a relationship, a connection, is not as much as you're hoping, or not as much as you deserve. That's what I mean when I say you're not missing out on much, because I don't want to, diss anybody. We're all on different journeys. But after this Five of Cups, we have the King of Wands, and I really, really love this transition for you. You're embodying this energy of the King of Wands. The King of Wands is so confident and so empowered and so independent, and he really does not care. He does not care who likes him. He does not care who doesn't like him. He does not care who wants to be around him or who wants to leave. He's like, I'm fine. I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to do me, you can do you, and I don't care, because I know I'm all that. He oozes confidence and strength. Yes, and independence. And, he has full control and power over his life. He doesn't let other people dictate how he's going to feel. He doesn't let his joy or his power into other people's hands. He's the boss. He's the king of his own castle. And so that's the energy that you're embodying. And I feel like when you get over this connection, it's going to feel so good. It's going to feel so empowering. And that contrast is just going to be so nice. Like, it will feel like night and day. Like, you'll never have felt so refreshed and so good about yourself. It could actually be that, waiting around for this person and hoping for them to change was draining your self-esteem, As the time goes by, it's inevitable. We start thinking, why aren't they committing to me? There must be something wrong with me. Maybe if I was more like this and that, they would want to be with me. It does start to drain you like that. So when you're able to let this go, it's like all that confidence, all that self-esteem, all that power comes back to you, and you just feel like on top of the world. Like, nobody can mess with me. Nobody can mess with me. So it sucks a bit for a while, but then you come back with a bang. We have the Two of Pentacles here. The way I'm interpreting this is, this is about, keeping busy and juggling things. So I think if you keep your mind focused on other endeavors in your life, it's really going to help with this healing and with gaining your confidence back. So maybe you start to put more energy back into your career and really excelling in your field, working towards a passion project, working towards a personal goal. Spending time doing the things you love, spending time with friends and family who uplift you, who make you feel good about yourself, and little by little you start to embody this energy. The more of your life force that you put into other things. And then for your last card, we have the Hanged Man. This is a nice card to end with. It's a really important lesson for all of us. As you can see, he is hanging here. He cannot move. He has the rope around his ankle, and if he tries to move, he's just going to get hurt even more. So this represents situations in our life that we cannot change, and if we try to change them, it's just going to hurt us. And I think that this is probably a lesson that you will have just learned with this person. But as you can see, the Hanged Man has this halo around his head. This represents like a serenity. You know, I can accept the things that I can't change. I'm okay with that. I don't need to change someone to be suited to me, or I don't need to change myself to be good enough for someone. Everything is fine as it is. And if something is not fitting with me, it's not meant to be in my life. So he has that, and he also has this clarity of like, I know why I'm hanging here. My time has not come yet. And I know my time is coming. So the Hanged Man is okay with the standstill because he knows that anything that is on hold or anything that has passed him by, it wasn't meant for him. And he can see into the future where he gets what he really wants, what he really deserves. So he's okay for those things to pass him by. He's peaceful. He has the confidence and the peace of mind to know that he doesn't have to be desperate for anything. He doesn't have to try to change anything because there's more than enough in the world. And you will get exactly what you want. You don't have to settle for something that is less than and then try to change it. There's a million other things out there for you. So this is the final lesson to take away for you guys. Okay, so I'm going to end this reading there. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching. Please take good care of yourself. Stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.